Hello, how's everyone doing? It is your fallen angel back with another video. Today we are going over using the elements for divination purposes, specifically divination by water. So without further ado, let us begin. It is imperative one has at least some experience with invoking the elements for working this type of divination successfully. So if you need some advice or tips on how to invoke elements, feel free to check that out before trying divination itself. Divination is its own entity beyond invoking elements by itself. Divination is a much more advanced practice. A generally high level of advancement is required to divine properly through the elements. The four main elements can be used to this in order to divine properly. These methods are heavily related to one's general level of advancement and one's own level of psychic capacity. The elements are used as focusing points and as contact with the actual element. The chance of a failure can be high or to the point of deception, and or no answer received if one does not have proper advancement on the elements. These methods are advanced, and one is warned strongly to return to other forms of divination until the other ones are perfected, to have better results with these ones. Water remains the best element for divination, as the natural ruler of divination of all the elements. Water is the most mutable out of all the elements, therefore it is the most potent. Right, the human vessel is made up of mainly water. Almost 70 to 80% of our human body is mainly water. It's a liquid formation. So let's begin. Divination by water. To divine through the use of water, you can fill a bowl. The color could be black or white. A small pool of water where you can see your own reflection. You can sit slightly above this pool, and you should not get into it, as the sensation of running water might interfere with the focus. The technique to divine with water is as following. Sit comfortably in front of a pool or bowl of water to where you can see your reflection. Think intently of your questions, or say them in a silent voice. Invoke in 1 or 2 breaths of the element of water. One has to be experienced into putting themselves in a trance, but in this case, with one's eyes open or slightly open. So guys, if you don't know how to enter a trance state, feel free to check out this channel for more videos on trance states. But a brief little explanation is you want your brain to allow yourself to get into an alpha wave setting. This is where the brain is at its most relaxed. The right hemisphere brain is open to suggestion, and these invocations will be more potent. At this state, gazing into the bowl or pool, ask your questions mentally or with a low voice. Take relaxing breaths. While gazing on the bowl or pool of water, remain open to see any visions, images, or depending on the capability for trance and talent for divination, whole visions. These will appear on the water if the water is alive and outside. Getting moved by air, the ripples may be more revealing of information. The water might appear to be ripping on its own. An example of using water divination is by using also oil, as you ask the question, as in step 4, but at the same time, dropping the drops of oil into the water. An example here is, will X and X separate about a romantic relationship? If the drops of oil separate far, the couple might separate. If the oil remains all in one position, the couple may not separate. So, with the divination of water, you can use drops of oil to get a more profound reading, while you can just study the water's patterns for ripples, movements, etc. you can just do it this way. But with the oil, for someone who is not as adept, this will be more helpful. The water on the bowl is to be discarded, and you must never divine with dirty or putrid water. So once you are done with the divination, you must discard of it. We said the same thing about the divination of fire. You must put the fire out and remove all ashes. Same thing goes for the water. You must discard whatever water you used. But also, never ever try this in dirty or putrid water. So with that being said, guys, this has been another video in using the elements for divination purposes. Divination by water. Feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. This has been your fallen angel, and I am out.